Good morning. Happy Monday. This is Dr. Crystal here. Welcome to Monday's Motivational Moment. Let me start off by thanking you guys. Thanking you guys for your constant support, for tuning in each and every week and sharing a portion of your Monday with me. Thank you for the ones who send me encouraging messages, just saying, hey, that was great, or hey, that really helped me. I just encourage you guys or ask you guys, if you like what you're hearing, please take a minute, share it, share it with your friends. My heart behind doing this is just to be able to give everybody that positive jump kick as they start their week. So, with that being said, my thank you to you guys. I can't again say enough how grateful I am for your support. But this morning, I would like to talk about legacy. And to start that off, I have a couple of questions that I would like to ask you. How do you approach life? How are you navigating through the day to day of this existence that we've been given? Who are you surrounding yourself with? Are you surrounding yourself with people that can take you to the next level? Are you surrounding yourself with people, that you truly love and care about? And how do you spend your free time? Are you one of those people that's caught in that hamster wheel of life where you go to work, you go home, you pay the bills, you go to work, you go home, you pay the bills, and then you may get in that scheduled 1 week vacation? Or are you spending your free time, really enjoying life, spending time with your kids, spending time with your spouses, spending time with your friends, and most importantly, whose hearts are you impressing yourself upon? Who are you giving to that you're making a lasting impression on their lives? And these questions, guys, come from the fact that on Friday, as I'm sure you know, we lost two great civil rights icons. We lost the Reverend C.T. Vivian, and we also lost Congressman John Lewis. And both of these men made huge impacts in the civil rights movement. Had it not been for them and their efforts and the things that they gave, a lot of the privileges that we enjoy today, we may still be fighting for. And I'm not saying that there's still not work to be done, because there is. There's still much work to be done, and I'm hoping and praying that we have a lot of young leaders that will step up and move the mantle forward. But these men, and the legacies that they left behind were so impactful. And I've never had the opportunity to personally speak with either of them, but I do recall many years ago, probably about 10, 15 years ago, I was working for a large corporation here in the metro Atlanta area. And I would always go in at 7 a.m. My hours started at 7 a.m. So I got to work at about 6:40. And that morning, my husband dropped me off. So I was going in through the main lobby. And Congressman Lewis was ending a meeting with the then CEO of the company. And just seeing him there, his presence, just to see him, you know that you were in the presence of a great man. And he just simply gave me a good morning nod and smile because he was in a conversation. But that in and of itself was very impactful for me. And, just when you think about legacy and what are we leaving behind? What, and it led me to wonder and to ask myself, what really matters? What is this life really about? And I ask myself those questions often. But on Friday night, it really hit me. Both these men left such an amazing legacy. And, I was like, well, how am I going to be remembered? How do I want to be remembered? And I jokingly told my husband, I said, well, I would like people to say I was enjoyable. And I was like, no, 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 not enjoyable. I was delightful. I would like people to leave a conversation with me or leave from being in my presence and say, wow, that was delightful. So we had a good laugh about that. But it really made me think, not only how do I want to be remembered, but how will I be remembered? Because there is a vast difference in what we want, because that's just our hope, our desire, and how we will be remembered. Because how we will be remembered is based upon the life that we're living now. It's based upon the actions that we take every day. There's a quote I would like to share with you guys, And it's a quote by Tavis Smiley. It comes from the book The Other Westmore, One Name, Two Faiths. And that quote says, "The choices we make about the lives we live determine the kinds of legacies we will leave." And that is so true. It determines the legacies that we will leave with our families. Are we, again, it's great to be able to provide. That is our goal, especially as parents, to be able to provide for our children and to be able to leave something for our children's children, and further on down the line. But are we so caught up in providing and leaving that financial legacy that we miss the moments? We miss the time it takes to have a laugh or share a movie. You know, when your children's children talk about you, what will they say? Will they say, "Grandma, Grandpa left me all this vast fortune"? Or even if they've never met you, will they be able to tell the stories that your children tell about the fishing trips, the family vacations, the going out for tea, the going out for coffee, the family movie nights, the cookouts in the backyards? You know, how will your family remember you? What is the legacy that you're leaving for your family? And then even at work and in the areas that you lead. And I know you may say, "Well, I don't lead at work." And that's fine. You may not have the title of leader, but in every conversation that you have with someone, you have the opportunity to help and direct a path, even if it's not something that happens within that moment. You get the opportunity to drop a few morsels that may change the course of a person's life. So, how are you doing with that? Or maybe you're a stay at home mom, or maybe you're a dad that doesn't go into the office. Maybe you coach your son's sporting team, or maybe you're the soccer mom that drives her daughter's soccer team back and forth. When you're spending time with those young people, what are you impressing upon them? What legacy are you leaving with them? And then what about giving back to others, and mentoring? And I don't mean formal mentor relationships. Those are great. And if you're doing that, that is wonderful. But I mean, just if you see someone along the way that may need some help and guidance, are you reaching back? Are you helping those, that may be struggling, young moms that's trying to make it with two or three kids? Are you reaching back, moms, and saying, "Hey, here's a tip. Why don't you try this?" And dads, if you see those young guys out there that want to play sports, and maybe you're not a dad, maybe you're just a great guy, and you see those young guys out there that want to play sports, but they just can't quite get it. They just can't run fast enough, or they can catch the ball, but sometimes they drop it. Do you take the extra few minutes and say, "Hey, let me toss a ball with you"? How are you giving back? How are you forming a legacy in that way? So that's my motivation, guys, for you today. I just encourage you guys as you go about your week to be mindful. Be mindful of how you spend your time. Be mindful of the lives that you impact. Be mindful of the legacies that you're building. Because each and every moment, each and every interaction is another building block to the legacy that you leave behind. So, again, this has been Dr. Crystal with your Monday Motivational Moment. I wish you guys an awesome week.